Hello, 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 me people there, me Sierra Leone brother them, me sister them, me fine people there, me handsome man, me beautiful women, my kings and queens of Sierra Leone. Another day has come, another day upon us that we have been blessed with another edition of Social Media Review. Me, where they talk to Unana, my name Fadima Savage from Texas, and I get with me my co-host, Mr. Professor Kutubu Koroma, we AKO Professor na VOS, a commentator, an historian, a social media commentator, a voice where they then people like elect for your reform, even though sometimes he is controversial, but he's a voice that speak reason to a lot of things that are happening in Sierra Leone, especially in politics. So we don't come again with people them. We tell God thank you as usual. We tell God thank you. We tell God thank you for another day. We give all the praise, all the honor, all the glory, because now He alone now He make we able now He give we the chance for see another day. And every day to we is a chance to make things right, to correct our wrongs, to try to live amicably and peacefully among one another, and do the things that we religion then teach we for do, all in the name of the mighty God, all in the name of Allah, all in the name of Jesus, whatever it is that you do. Because here in Sierra Leone, we have religious tolerance. Nobody know they say you better passing comping, because we can say nobody know die go a kayet. So everybody take waiting and yon, everybody fen usai gain salvation. To God be the glory for that. So I'm not here to judge, I'm not here to condemn, I'm here to include everybody, because we embrace diversity, we embrace we differences, and we try for understand how we go push we country go before. So una share to una friends, please. Everybody who don't join, we I tell una thank you. Una share, push the button one more time. Please share. Let the people then come. Let them come watch we. We also there on YouTube with a broadcast live on YouTube. When I go on YouTube, because we started a new page, because we don't get boku boku, but we started a new page on YouTube because a lot of videos that we had used before, then kind of YouTube get all these laws and stuff. So what we do now is we don't begin back another one. So go there, subscribe, put the subscribe button and put the notification button for know when we day online. We also they do on a Twitter and Instagram, and also I think no which one or the other one, but Periscope or whatever. I think we're there. I'm not 100% sure, but this is a station how away from home, where the voice we opinion, where the voice within the monarchy, where they give we suggestions, and the one then where they run the country, then they listen. Sometimes then they go take, sometimes then they not go take. We all frustrate. We all want. We feel say we on the right, but we dey pray for the wisdom of the divine for able to lead them. And to the Chelsea fans, I know say when I win yesterday the European Championship. So to the blue people, congratulations, I salute you all. It is what it is. Hey, there must be a winner and a loser to everything. Better luck next time to the other side. And and also this weekend in America is Memorial Day. It is a day to celebrate those who gave their life for freedom. The men and women in uniform of the United States, the armed forces. Some people, we gave some, but some gave all. Like me, I give some. My life, I'm still here. Some people die. They never came home to their families. So this not a weekend, Memorial Day, which is celebrated tomorrow, Monday. It is a day to remember and honor the people that gave their life for freedom. If we all enjoy freedom all over the world, these are the people that died. So to all over the world, to everybody, my comrades that wore the uniform, whether you serve for one day, whether you serve as a 30-year career, it is a day to remember that freedom is not free. So when people they don't die for we, forget this freedom what we all want for enjoying at the world. Forget the good things what they enjoy. Let us take a moment for remember them people and they and their family them. May God give them the strength for deal with their loved one that were not there among us. But that's it. Professor, I bring you in, let you tell the people that are doing waiting. And we other co-host, Mr. Shilon, and also when they look at like we say, they been for take care of some family matters. He's doing it, and very soon we they pray he will join we. It go get boku boku for add to what they say, because like I say, I'm just blessed and surrounded by men of virtue, men of strong men, very very intelligent men with a lot of knowledge, and I tap every day from them because they bring the best out in me when I'm among them. So I pass on to you, Professor. If you get anything for say, then we will continue the show, sir.
Just for welcome we listeners and guests, supporters and fans, and the hope is that then will be part of the discussion we get for take place now this week. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Like I say again, this na social media review, and when they talk on the headline, the things that would make noise on social media. And one of the things, them, of course, Corona is there. Of course, Corona is rampant all over the world, is ravishing the people. People are still dying, and then say like usai midday, so it don't begin calm down small. A lot of people are being vaccinated. If you think it's not by force so for take them, but if you think say you want a little bit more freedom and a little bit more at ease. Some people can say, "Oh, I left me, I left all things to God. If I die, I die." But then God say, "With long life, it will satisfy we." So there are things that people that have knowledge and have studied. Yes, it is not 100%. Nothing is 100% absolute, but there, at least it help for let we come back to normalcy, to let we come back to the way what we used for day, because we as human beings, we are social beings. We like to interact. We like to be in groups. We like to belong. We like to celebrate. We like to do things and jubilate. And it's good for the soul when you are around where you can just relax and let your hair down. And although I'm not getting no hair in a minute, but it is fun to be around people. And so Corona is real. Let we adhere to the guidelines of the World Health Organization and the country where you day, watching and they say, let we listen to them. Because we all one day we know how for the wear the mask again. But let we listen to waiting and say and take heed. Do one for me, I do one for you, and we all go live now this world, now we all get the world together. So we want for show with First Lady off, the African Union, where give with First Lady then there's their award, where we get for show them off. And as much as some people might not like the way we don't like, some of us don't like the way we do, but some of us love her. Some people like him, some people not like him, and not all man go like you. But the African Union decide for give Fatima Bio an award. Mrs. Fatima Bio then call him a champion for sanitation and hygiene. Some people make noise, say, who's what they do, but the African Union don't give them because maybe they value her work, they see what they do, and she's the third person when they say don't give this award. So now we African Union, the one that way we been put together, all African nations say they want now that they then see what they see, now they don't reward them for. So we want to say congratulations to and kudos to them, because anything where Salone gets, we all celebrate because it make we look good. So Professor, I know say I can show the video small bit. And we know say we get problem with some of the African Union and African those organizations we have in Africa. But let we play the video quick. Let we listen to SLBC. They get a program where they call the presidency, and this is credit to them. Where they talk on this award and show the thing. So let we go with that video, the quick, please.
In Africa alone, over 400 million people still do not have access to basic water services. For sanitation, the situation is even more alarming, as over 700 million Africans do not have access to basic sanitation services.
Your Excellency, the status of Africa in terms of water and sanitation is not a good story to tell. Even though some progress has been made, there is much to be done. Today, access to adequate water and safe sanitation and hygiene services is still a challenge to many of over 1.2 billion people of the African continent. In sub-Saharan Africa alone, over 400 million people still do not have access to basic water services. For sanitation, the situation is even more alarming, as over 767 million Africans do not have access to basic sanitation services. Even with Your Excellency, over 250 million still practice open defecation. Not a good situation. Your Excellency, realizing the gravity of the sanitation and hygiene situation in the continent, the African Ministers' Council on Water dedicated a special strategic pillar in its 2018 to 2030 strategy, which aims at ensuring safely managed sanitation and hygiene for the entire continent of Africa. It is our sincere belief that the passion with which the First Lady approaches, we have already heard about the Hands Off Our Girls project, her campaign to improve menstrual health and hygiene, and her contributions towards ensuring that the organization of the African First Ladies for Development creates greater impact across the continent will be used to raise the profile of sanitation and hygiene to improve access to over the 700 million Africans who do not have access. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the President of the African Ministers' Council on Water, His Excellency Carl Gustav Schretwin, the Minister of Agriculture, Water Resources and Land Reform of the Republic of Namibia, it is my pleasure and singular honor to unveil Her Excellency Madame Bayo, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, as Africa Champion for Sanitation and Hygiene. Madame Bayo, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, as Africa Champion for Sanitation and Hygiene.
First Lady Madam Fatima Madabio commended her husband for his support towards her hard work, pledging her continuous commitment and hard work to the people of Sierra Leone and Africa as a whole. Madam Fatima Bio described sanitation and hygiene as very important, the reason why she has been very active in reaching out to so many communities and targeting women and young girls and the most vulnerable across the country.
Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the most important human being in my life, my husband. For being a true role model to me, for being not only my husband, but the greatest advisor, for for pushing me to do the things that I don't even want to do, but when I end up doing them, I see glory at the end, for believing me, and for making sure that I work not on your shadow, but stand alone as your wife. I want to say thank you to you for your support. This is a challenge, but it is a challenge that I know me and you, we can handle, right? This is a job for Fatima Madabio. So if you hear the name, Fatima Madabio, so it's two people. It's me and my husband, because I'll only be successful, sir, if you continue to give me the support. The doors that I'm not able to open, I know you have the keys. The places that I can't reach, I know you know how to get me there. And when it becomes difficult, I know you know how to make me calm. So I am accepting this. I am accepting this opportunity. I am accepting it to serve Sierra Leone and to serve Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very humble, and I continue to be humble to serve you as your First Lady. And I'm very grateful to this wonderful man, my husband. You know I love you, right? And I want to thank my team, the Office of the First Lady. We have a very small team. And guess what? We are now in African Union. Hey, I'm very humble. Very humbled, and I'm grateful. And I'm grateful to all of you for your support. Everything that office has done, it has been magical because of people like you. You have supported us. You have supported and pushed us, and you make us want to do more. The love that you show to the Office of the First Lady is immense, and nothing else can provide the amount of thank you I would want to say to you, because there is no other word bigger than thank you. So for me, I want to say thank you to every one of you that I have worked with. Personally, I want to say thank you to every one of you that has been there for all the projects that we have done, from the Hands of Our Girls campaign, the inception to today, the free sanitary pads, the national food baskets. Every one of them, I want to say thank you, because it's because of people like you that are giving us the oxygen to continue to work and serve this country. And for my good neighbors, we are serving African Union now, so let us take positivity to African Union. Thank you so very much, and I thank you.
President Julius Madabio described.
Okay, we do so, yeah. We don't give Fatima, we don't give the African Union, they don't give Fatima, so we congratulate them for that, because we are anything good for SALONE, we go get them. You know, sometimes, Professor, what do you now you take on that, sir?
First of all, intellectual honesty require for we comment severe blighting. We will comment severe blighting because now, regardless of the political divides, regardless of the difference, severe blighting come out for congratulation. Let me tell them, thank you for that. And that they call intellectual honesty. When you criticize when necessary, also praise who say necessary. So need for tell them, thank you. Now the sort of politics that we some of it play will criticize you when necessary. Then we go also give you. So again, I go 1/3 we applied in Boku. Thank you. Now, my advice to the wife of the president is this: the investiture when they not put Panaso, I mean, it demonstrate the high premium with the people, the union as a whole. Whether they from 1963, May 1963, where they may find what would also be named OAU, where they not confirm, it not only bestow special honor, but the significant, but a special honor not only for him for the country. Now, what they not do, they not set the bar very high for him. Now, in it for sit down now and take a seat back and be more than circumspect how it handle himself and how it is say things them. Because don't see where that mommy, one of the greatest educationists in SALONE, Mama Cassandra Gaba, then came up people in the talk. They had the talk. Then they will not give you also then they then believe in action. We female leaders say up. But that man maybe don't come, we don't write a paper or all see. So the advice from Mrs. Bill is this: when they put respect on you, you also need for enhance and sustain that respect. You need for understand, say, it carry the womanhood of SALONE. You need to understand that. It personify every woman as SALONE as long as he remain the wife of the president of the country. Therefore, he get for be more than circumspect. And humility get for be in what word? Humility. They say pride goeth before destruction. Humility. When you humble, that don't mean say na subjugation that or you subservient. No. You learn a lot when you humble. People they come to you. There's no need. It's like they can say tiger don't get for pussy in a tiger. If you not be listening to tiger, they challenge and they go find out that tiger. So you don't need for tell anybody I'm the first lady, I'm this, I'm that. They talk down in it. From that moment when he received that award, every talk down for sins, if for love for say in are also a servant of the people, to a master, not to an overlord. So my advice, why should they congratulate her for that? We also will ask her that it please be very measured. Let your focus on what they do. Let it stay away from the side distraction, because she's going to be distracted. People are going to come. They are going to hold a lot of things in manner. But sometimes okay, no matter what you talk about Mrs. Koma, and it's by Koma in wife, I must credit her. Not a day we ever hear I don't money for the 10 years when they name office. You see her before anybody. It means that they don't even exist. I know talk about Mrs. Rebecca Stevens. And a lot of people, I can tell you, there are a lot of Salonians that will not even know Shaka Stevens is the wife, because you hardly see her. Let you know you're here. So the hope is it will reverse and copy the examples of them people there. Yes, Mrs. Patricia Kaba also was a tough lady because he worked at the civil service. She rose to become permanent secretary and all that. Yes, she was born behind the scene. Inside they doing work. Because a very tough lady, she's very tough. But behind the scene, I didn't the hope. So the hope now is Mrs. Biogo look at this as a stepping stone, now a new beginning. It turn a new page. It now try for let all Salonians say, look, you can count on me. Namina, the mother of the nation. Yeah, as more as she is, but for now she is the mother of the nation. So, like I say, they carry the womanhood of every woman as SALONE. So therefore, he need for be very careful and make sure say, because if he disrespect himself, now he disrespect to the womanhood them. But he carry himself with dignity, class, and respect. That also go trickle down on every woman. Once more again, I congratulate her and thank me, Dr. Sylvia Blyden. Boku, thank you, because she came out regardless of the ideological differences between them, regardless of the the ups and downs. But she came out that they call intellectual honesty. When somebody do well, he gets something, commend them. When he screw up, come after them. Back to you, Ms. Fadima.
Yeah, I like that. I like that what you say. Now they carry, now they represent we the people of Sierra Leone, we the women of Sierra Leone, and like how you say about Mami Gaba, because I remember writing on page one of something we put, it been get a picture of a young girl waving a smile and lean on his shoulder, and I said it is not too late for you to rebrand yourself. All this noise and all this name, the way they don't call you because of your behavior, it is good, for rebranding self. And these are the kind of things you want to see of your first lady. We're going to set example, even though she's not the 1960 woman, but she has to be classy, but yet she can be, kind of confident, but doing with class and humility and honor. So we say congratulations to her for that. But I want to put another thing we make news on social media with the ACC. The SEC puts out a thing where they say na the Telegraph we come out today. They write button but they don't come out. The ACC say that they go after $4 million from 2011 to 2019. Say the SALONE government, then the past administration, they been give $4 million. They say that they go build the side, one of SALONE, they building them, outside the people, and then New York, now the United Nations and all that kind of stuff. So then give them for build, but they say in they go after for try for see, you know, what they do with the money, because they not see the work never carried out, and they not see the work, but they say let me give 4 million. Some people and they all say again, this ACC just they go after waiting convenient for them, but waiting they say, but the other one them the corruption the way they don't accuse the present administration for they know they do them. So Professor, I pass on to you to that. What do you think of the ACC? I know, say you make a broadcast on that, you know. So what you want to talk on this platform
Thank you.
about that inquiry they when they go after now?
Thank you very much again. Thank you very much. Today's discussion is really what I want to speak to the corruption now with diplomatic missions team. And they do so in a, first of all, in the experience when we get, I happen to be President Students Union. I had the honor to be elected as president for the Students Union. So what happened was we get a massive corruption at the embassy of Naya, now Washington Naya. Monies were coming. This are the time way Dr. Blai Conte was foreign minister, Shaka Stevens was president. Monies will come. When the money come, the head of mission, no, they apply the money for the operations of the embassy. Staff were not being paid. They got water at the embassy. Then telephones not they work. Heats not they work. There was nothing. Grass then at the place they grow to the extent neighbors can complain. So the staff approached me, senior staff, they approached me. This they say, "Kuchubu na the situation is." Then bring documents and look the documents. That's all that's in there. So I alert the community. So now the Sierra Leone community set up a commission of inquiry. You will be surprised. Or say Sierra Leone community set a commission of inquiry into how the embassies they handle funds, and then they can't find out, say, the ambassador, obviously enough, they misapply the money. This way they happen. So in as much as I share the sentiments of the people as well, Mr. Benkefala is just focusing on the people then within the other side of the equation. But I must tell you, it's very alarming. It don't also happen in England in our High Commission, 33 Portland Place in London. We get a problem at the embassy. What happened? They lost the place. We'll take this back on Brussels. We'll take with China, they go through this. China, they go through. So they don't happen to say the embassies, they don't become a nest for corruption. The corruption is very endemic, exponential. It's unfortunate, say, Mr. Benkefala, again, they make 180 degrees for Goya. Now, what we expect them for the happen, this is exactly again how they come about the 3 branches of government. When something like this, allegations like this come up, you expect them. If I don't know if they get it, because we now America they get waiting to go the Senate foreign relations committee. I don't know if we get a House committee where they deal with international politics or foreign affairs. Something like that. Right away, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the committee, the House committee where they deal with MNH. Because remember, the House therefore approved them budget. They call for hearings at the place. They're holding their own investigation. It is not everything that has to be done by the ACC. No, this is totally wrong. Certain things therefore be taken. The House, they pay them guy there. The House International Committee or the Committee waiting for Foreign Affairs for pick up because you're talking about the diplomatic representation of the country and the image and all that thing for addresses. So if that's fine. But I think so we need for turn the focus also on the House of Parliament, the committee where they charge of foreign affairs. But see what they're doing about this. What are they doing about it? What did the Justice Department do about it? So like I say, I will relate to the corruption because I witnessed corruption firsthand. Like I say, in my capacity as President Students Union, I had that sort of complaints came to me. And luckily, the big man in this community, people like Alaji Fofana, them, and the committee set up a commission of inquiry for investigating into corruptions into the embassy, and we find the embassy guilty of corruption. So that's the way I look at it. This is very serious. It affect the image of the country. So now me on contribution on that man.
Yeah, but like how you say, the parliaments they get committees the way they to this international diplomatic call them where they out there, the diplomats them, then different embassy them. And like how you say, for the longest time, even the America embassy in Aya, it was just like staffs were not getting paid, people in the work, just the same attitude and the same behavior when they get a free tongue. They're not they pay the people them, they're not they pay the staff them. And now foreigners they even they work now, we embassy them, during the ten and they all salon people they not be they work they because they not be they pay them and everybody gets what you get for do. And it's a shame. It's a shame, you know, everything now in Sierra Leone is the ACC. The ACC run there, the ACC runs there, and people are asking, is Mr. Ben Kelfala going to be effective? Because it's like he one day all side, he one put Yanpa all side, and if we don't talk before, say you don't get the manpower, you don't get the capability for do all them work, then they want for let them hire more people. And if the government is big on fighting corruption, that is one of the office, therefore, overload with people them instead of making all these extra ministerial positions to me. If they're really serious about fighting corruption and ending this thing, because we have to end this stuff. If we want to go into a new phase of growing Sierra Leone, some of this stuff then get for courts. Some people get for payback, waiting that we don't take from we. We agree to that. Everybody I feel say go there on the same page for say corruption, but then like I say, you're unfortunate, sometimes the other side will see it. It no matter any side where you do, if you even person they do good, the other side will see it as you doing bad. Even when they do bad, the other side will see as you doing good. And that is just natural about human beings, you know. And we get for fix them because it don't matter who that been begin because you can go look at and say, okay, Dande be don't do them, okay, Dande be don't do them, okay, you look behind Dande said be don't do them, and we will never finish that. We will never end and we'll never go forward. So long we begin fix what is broken for go forward. So coming to that, we go to this big thing where they happen right now. Now the APC party, we see the former president make a statement where he say not to the court to get for tell them waiting for do. And the judiciary, we always they say we want the judiciary for be independent, and instead of being into politics business, it is the judiciary's job is to interpret the law and back up, not to be in politics or all that kind of thing. And then, so I want to set the stage small for we not understand what in the go on at the APC party. After they lost the elections of 2000, after they lost the election in 2018, there are a lot of young APC people them say we not go agree for this because the way where they been select Samura Kamara as presidential candidate, they not elect him na president, the former presidents na select him. And that selection process day, now a bunch of young NRM national reform movement, they started a movement, and it comprised of different people them where they inside the APC party in a different side them of the world. They came together and they said, no, we don't want this no more. We get for reform with constitution. So they did a reform of their constitution. And one of the guys, them, Alfred Contempt, called them, they filed a lawsuit. They filed a lawsuit, say, they get for, kind of change because they not agree with what they go on. So then go to court. So I will make professor explain to you now. Waiting at this thing, then go to court say, then go to court say, we not want we want for change the constitution and we want for get rid of the executive word and then now because the term limit, then they forget term limit and fix the constitution. But the one that we big with all power now, when we all remember where former president Baiko we say he go give up power in 3 months, but he never did. And this man, when Alfred Conte, I am here Minka Lukoma on AYV, and he say Anes Koma not for be trusted because Anes Koma get a word, but Anes Koma not go by a word. So let them go make the court. So then they call, they call and now say, look, can sit down at the table back. We don't fix the constitution. We don't put things there inside the constitution where everybody been demand. Kala can at the table, lo we come out in the court. But this man say no, and we not say, then say that the court say let them do a temporary executive so that they go move forward with a convention. And it look now like for say President Koroma Sef don't file again another lawsuit for appeal the case, say no, he don't agree with what's in the court say. So the question now, with the statement where, let me read the statement first, then I will come back for finish me thought. And with the statement, let me hear it for we say, when I not remember when somebody put say this is contempt of court. The question is it contempt of court? Is it the contempt of what we court don't say? Are presidents of Africa and for we country Sierra Leone, are they above the law or are they the law or do they think they are the law? That is the question people want to know. Does he have right to utter the statement when a court of the land don't say as such, and when I enter one of the administrative bodies don't say this is my judgment, and then he say no court not for tell her waiting for do. So what do you think about it? Una yari for una self. Then what do you think? We're opening up the phone line. Kutubu guna the number for the one that way challenge among us. We get little bit of challenges of life. Some not by their fault. Some are born like that, blind. They know the yari, they know the see. So, but we go give the number, but let we listen first to former president, in statements we make. It been go for 1 year ceremony. Una let we listen to him.
But nobody, and I say I'm again publicly, nobody no go go na court and believe say when the court take a decision, I will step out. No. Not to court. Not to court make me chairman and leader. It is the people. You go to tomorrow. You say, "Now choose a new chairman and leader." Everything say you go around. No. It's not on. It's not on. But nobody, and I say I'm again publicly, nobody no go go na court and believe say when the court take a decision, I will step out. No. Not to court make me chairman and leader. It is the people. You go to tomorrow. You say, "Now choose a new chairman and leader." Everything say you go around. No. It's not on. It's not on.
So the question, and I'm sorry, me people, now that video though get we say this is contempt. That's somebody in touch what we get, but that's the only one we can find around. Yeah. So what do you think, Professor? Because let I remind you now, this was the president that taking a vice president that was elected with him during the election. They elect him, people and vote because he get this person in party and he was a vice president. He pull on our office, then go to ECOWAS, then go to their organization there where we all be don't sign, say we all go listen and go by the guidelines and the recommendations. And he said no, he took out the president, the vice president, and then they say, okay, reinstate the man, but he never paid attention to that. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Is the law independent, or is the law of Sierra Leone, or are people that are in power? Because this only happens in Africa. Because Yahweh we dey, Professor, Yahweh we dey, we own president, former president, Trump. They go through legal battle right now when a very serious business. Because the courts they work. The courts not a look say, and anybody will violate waiting the judge they don't see and say, now in a God don't talk because I saw the law give that power. You can appeal them, but for challenge openly, tell the judge say, I know they do what you say. What do you think say go happen? And what do you think? But this video where you see them What do you feel? Are our leaders above the law, or are they the law that they openly can do anything that they damn well please, or say anything where they damn well please? Because if not a poor man, they don't say this, regardless of waiting, first of all, if therefore we don't go shake and small bits na lockdown. So make a concentration.
Thank you. What I want to let people understand, I'm never a card carrying APC member. But again, a lot
We're
of
not to
legs
see your
up in the
face, Professor.
oh,
Professor,
oh,
come
oh,
up. We're
oh,
not to see you. Yeah.
okay. I'm
You
not a
don't
card
relax or
carrying.
lean back.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
I'm not
that's
a
right,
card
right there.
carrying. Yeah, I'm not a card carrying APC member. But okay, I assure everybody, again, more legs up in APC politics. Yeah, I meet more APC movers and shakers. Possibly most of them are waking, they make noise now out in color, waking they make on them out. Seriously. The guys say we really they make decisions in the APC. Probably I can call them fellows like Abulai Conte, Mr. Levers, them, all them guys in there. Don't mean them. But that's beside. Here's the point. In any nation one a day, in the and they bring in the historical context, this year we bring to so that people will understand that. In the 16th century, you get these people, the philosophers, with the people like John Locke, people like Montesquieu, them, let me sit down and look, say, people, they exercise that have been European leaders, then they exercise too much power, them. So what they need for do, they need for curb the power, them. So what they do, they come up with 3 branches of government where, where they all co-equal. You get lawmakers, them, law carriers, them, and law interpreters. They make up very known. So now that they call separation of powers. And I wonder everybody take this today. In any nation own a day, if all else fail, that one nation will not go. Now one branch of government will fail. Now the third branch of government, when the judicial branch of government, when that fail, then you guys would have ceased for be a nation. Because then they act as a bastion of the citizens and the constitutional liberty system. Inside how they so, the 37th president of the United States, on August 8th, 1974, he was out of the White House. On August 8th, not to fight, not to fire in short, nobody fire. What happened? The court. Because Mr. Nixon, you get for hand over those tapes, which included EU appointees them. The handing over of the Watergate tapes was the end of Mr. Nixon in presidency, August 8, 1974. This they show the supremacy. Now that means we talk about American exceptionalism. So, taking this argument now for carbon as SALONE, and the NRN guys, they put a faith in the rule of law. They put a faith in the court system. For let anybody can't talk, see, where not to court, be put me under a defeatist argument. Let's tell how the argument defeatist. Apart from the fact, say, this not the highest disrespect this for the entire nation. And Dr. Samura and Sylvia Blyden care President Yogo court. Why they do that? Because they believe in the rule of law. They believe in the court system. Now make them good in. Right now make them go to court. So if anybody talks, say, oh no, court not going to do this, they using the word court not going to do this, that for say a chill message to everybody. Because if we will not believe in the court system, will not believe in the judicial system, will not believe, but all this now because of the sort of judiciary will get in a SALONE, now make things like this they happen. We all day when the former president, without any constitutional authority, he removed a constitutionally elected vice president in office. Nobody not say anything. He was not even the impotent parliament will get the impotent parliament not challenge him. He got away with him. He got away with him. He gonna echo us to do this. This will be alarming to everybody. It will be alarming. It will be alarming. Because now the only thing that John Lekwa talk say, the court say na the bastion for constitutional liberty. If we cannot put faith in the courts, so what we need now for do? Not just put an by aside. Not just put them come up and this now. We emphasis now for be We need for Sky forget a judicial system where everybody they under the law. Everybody from the big man within a state house to the man with the sweep the street, they under the law. That now the only way that we will see ourselves as a nation of laws. Once we begin make separation, oh this no na pa insist na pa anti that na the pa we after no. Then we see for be a nation. We have to be a nation, and the only way to be a nation, we all therefore submit to the dictates of the law, the supremacy of the law. The supremacy of the law. That's it, nothing else. If America gets today, not to because of the White House, not to because of Air Force One, not to because of anything else, now because of the supremacy of the rule of law, now the Constitution, if we cannot. So the statement like that where Mr. Komame is sure the type of judiciary will get. Because nobody know then America will make Mr. Trump get all year they call, but not a day Mr. Trump don't challenge the court now. In no case. In no case talk about the court in that contemptuous manner. This is the highest contempt where anybody go show. And besides coming from a former leader, you dey show this depth of contempt for the court. Sierra Leone actually sees for be a nation. We really don't. Tomorrow morning in Sierra Leone forum where they deal with issues coming and analysis, the Bar Association are they really take and care and go to Sambagota tomorrow. For them remaining silent over a statement like this. Tomorrow I really they care and go down to Sambagota for this. Because the Bar Association, the Lawyers Association, not go take exception to that comment in it. Well, you see some lawyers in the country. Of course, they are no lawyers because they are conveyance lawyers. They all be. We don't get constitutional lawyers in a salon. Because if we really get constitutional lawyers in a salon, statement like this will go on, go unanswered. But when land grabbing lawyers will get conveyance and all that, so you go. But by God power, so I will end up by telling you, see, these are the saddest how they call this in the country history. For them, one man use a court.
That is very. You're so right.
It's very sad. It's very sad and unfortunate. So there's something inherently wrong with the judiciary. There's something wrong with the judiciary.
You are so right. You are so right. Every Sierra Leonean for me, you are so right, Professor. And somebody they asked me, what you do with they call you Professor of VOS? We don't talk 1 million times. It is the people of VOS. When VOS start, Kutubu gets a lot of historian things of Sierra Leone, and they say you need for be a professor, and that's why we call him our honorary professor. Now we give the title now VOS because we the people of VOS, now me and you where they watch and they say, oh, Professor Sabibo Kutin, you might not like everything where they say, but like I say again, it gets a vast thing of knowledge, a reservoir of knowledge about Sierra Leone and the politics and the way things are going. So yeah, it is so sad to hear a former president, a person with for uphold the law, a person with for stand and show the standards and the morals, say we have to abide and go by the law. If you want to go appeal your case, you can appeal your case. But uttering that statement that no court, nobody not get for tell them, that don't sound good. It don't make it look good at all. It is defiant to the court. It is disrespect to the courts of Sierra Leone. But then again, our courts reliable. Our leaders and the one that where they open up power, are they the law? Because if they see themselves as the law, they don't have to follow the law, because then it is not for me, but it's for the people beneath me. And that is the danger. That is the reason why we day like how we day. Because people do cheer to that statement. People were cheering on to that statement. Like I say, if even a bad, some people and they will go clap. If even a good, some people and they will go condemn. And that is human being. That's how we are. But we get for come up at them senior. We get for call them regardless of who's we day. When we see wrong, we have to call it wrong, because former president did not display a person of high, we don't hold the highest office of the land, disrespecting the law, because the law says the court. You might disagree with judgment. You might go. That's why they have appeal. You can go appeal, but standing in broad daylight and he say at the talk in a public with that thing of, you know, kind of grandiose idea in your head that I'm bigger than everything. To me,
Yeah.
it's not looking
Partner,
good.
wait,
It's not
your
making
add
look
more
good at
caveat
all.
to that. Let your
Yeah,
add more thing to that.
yes, sir. Go
Wait,
ahead,
wait,
please. Go ahead.
good. The problem with the Ghana salon though, people go no. If you put 10 leader, if you put God now, so God sit on now, you put 10 leaders in so. So anything you are defending at this one, people then go rather prefer for go bow down to the leaders them, wait to the and look God with bad eye. Seriously, we don't reach a stage in a salon where the only thing they see are the leaders of the party. Everything what we party or we leaders they do na the right thing. Anything where God do na the wrong thing, God they do the wrong thing. We leaders say so we don't make them demigods. So now that make I don't know that way we get a society where now we're a house of functional illiterates, a sea of ignoramus system where we're fundamentally lacking in a capacity for rationalize things into context and perspective. So then that's responsible for the problem and all they get. Because nobody knows for sit down they clap at that. You shouldn't be clap. But that
Yeah.
says more of them. It says more of them than the person when they are. Back to you, man.
Yeah, I would not. Some of them don't understand. Some of them don't know, and some of them deliberately they do what in they do because now they eat. Like how you say, you know, we also will believe God, but we not see God. But we afraid mortal man pass God because mortal man are in there on earth. Now mortal man they see, now mortal man they deal with. Now they get their anto mort. Now they get what's in they eat. So then they battle any kind of way, whether it is wrong or right. They're just gonna battle once the leader don't speak because the leader now they and they now they mot them, and that is the culture of all of Africa, and leaders hold power. And then the question I want to ask you, why do these people want to be in power for a lifetime? Why do people? Because anything where you gain a power, you become arrogant. When you become for a lifetime, you want to sit on the table past you die, you see yourself as this grandiose and big, high and mighty person where the power don't go you aid. You do anything where you want, you make so person jump and say how high. You know, they get so carried away, they are so, I mean, they become this narcissist to me, because you don't want to give, because when you're in one position for too long, you become contaminated and become content, and you think you are higher than brother. That's why they have time limits on things that we do. Everything should expire. You're not going for they pass you die. And African leaders, we see the other one, even they in diapers. We see even Buhari right now, he's sick, but he's still holding the power. You can step down, because if your health not good, you're not able to give the country the fullest of what you forgive. You know, give other people that have clear-minded, that have ambition, that have, you know, a better focus and a better ideology than you. Forgive them chance. If we all love, we continue to follow, we go forward. But we African leaders hold on to power for life, even though the Constitution will tell them, you know, but they're still doing things that are not, you know, I don't understand. What do you think about that, Professor? Because we're seeing it all over
I think
Africa. We're seeing it that they're grasping for power and they hold on to it. They don't want to let it go. Why?
uh, thank you for the question. The only reason why they hold on to power for this, which they call vanity, self-worship vanity. Imagine before Kaya today, I go back and do some research. I look. You get leaders and way they up to 90, how many years? We're done in 90. Can you imagine when you consider the exigencies of that office and the office of president? I also tell you where African I joke with a joke. Because I cannot imagine you being a president of the United States. Where you go need on a net, you know they sleep because you hand for them by the telephone. Because any minute they'll call you. If the president of the United States not pick the telephone, that will be a big news that the whole world say they called the president last night, not pick up a phone. But then people are they get all the time on their hand. They get all the time on their hand. Then of course the trouble you get waiting in the peel fat, come on the peel fridge, and how they enrich themselves at the expense and starvation and detriment of the fellow citizens. The ordinary citizen, when on the own shoulder and when are they the wheel of the economy they trump, they see that they stagger in abject poverty and unspeakable misery. Why is they live this kind of ostentatious and opulent lifestyles and far in excess of their legitimate earnings? all the the glow of the office. The name of I mean they get all the title there. When they make the constitution of this country also, you forgive an insight of Argentina. And one of the members will be named by the I think I delegate from Connecticut. Now I grab say therefore they address the president of the United States. It be come up with a name, I mean a title waiting for the young. Then you are that money, the two they do. They say no way. If you observe, when the president go to parliament now, when they get state opening of parliament now, the sergeant of arms in after Dumont, the president behind the sergeant of arms, the sergeant of arms in Dumont, he announced, Madam Speaker or Mr. Speaker, the president of the United States. There is nothing like His Excellency, Your Majesty, General, Doctor, Professor. No, there's nothing like that crap in it. All of them here now they go now they head with them a grandiloquent titles they name. Because you get for before you call a president name, you get for go to all the titles they name. His Excellency, General, Doctor, Professor, Chancellor, this and all them things. So when they don't get caught up in them thing they a grandiloquent protocol. These are some of they see themselves as demigods. They then are gods. They don't see themselves as human. Now that mean for pull and commodity, it's kanga. Now Obama was president, but the man tell it don't even be. It come, it don't do, it don't go. So also was George Bush, he don't go. Donald Trump do all he had in color. He's out of office. He's gone. Now maybe we not go ever be equal than people there. We are the vanity, the sheer vanity of them. Because when you did it, you think that you're not God, everything. You know they see Africa. Everything it is the president. Everything that the president. You never hear the talk of parliament. You never hear the talk about court. Everything that the president, everything is about it. How we will live in a society where everything therefore revolves around the whims, views, and caprices of one. And what thing even very sad about this, the most of them guys they're so vacuous. I mean, they're so mediocre. You don't see even the performances in the office, they're so mediocre. They are not even up to the task, but they get all the vainglory. Then you get the psychophantic carpet bag in vultures them, where they all them for for what they call it vainglory.
I
Seriously,
love the
man.
word vulture because
They are
vultures they
nothing
go
but
there to
vultures.
just pick up and grab, and I mean I just laugh of the word vultures because it's a
Seriously,
sad
they're
thing
nothing
though.
but
It's a
vultures.
sad thing. It is
Mhm.
vultures. I like that.
Oh yeah,
I like
all
that
them,
adjective. It's vultures. It's
yeah.
waiting and go able scramble
Mhm.
for get waiting and they get. I mean
Mm-hmm.
it
You
is
know,
so
see
sad
with,
and
with
somebody
journalists, look, even with journalists,
yeah.
wait for they talk to now, then they receive Yabas, then they receive Maggi, then they receive rest, then they receive oil. So when you don't receive all that, how are you going to be objective in reporting? How are you able to report anything? You already been compromised. The
Yeah.
judicial is
Yeah.
compromised. The so-called pseudo, me call them pseudo journalists, they've been compromised. So the society is actually headed for the abyss of annihilation. So that's where we are, man.
But with president say we get democratic because big on that they talk and I
Oh,
waiting and cause say they make for democratic and people then free now for do waiting then talk nobody not get for asking or whatever, but we still have that society where we not say another happen, so we not say another happen. There's no justice for the people. There's no justice for only justice for them. If not them it affect, then the courts will work for them. That's why I say, are they the law? And another question, I see somebody post one then days here, a friend of mine on Facebook. He said, Sierra Leone, if we don't ever get somebody when I be member of parliament or parliamentarian we don't run na the parliament can be president. Why we not go get somebody we don't get experience? Because we just get somebody from out of the street all the time and just puts them as president instead of going through, let them understand the lawmaking, let them understand. So when they come to the presidency, they might be a little bit understanding, say, the legislative parties there too, or people there when a lawyer, because a lot of presidents in America are lawyers. A lot of them have gone through law and all then consider, so they understand. What's they call only like with Donald Trump and few others like Ronald Reagan, who was an actor or whatever it was, but only a few, but most of them were lawyers that had the experience of the
Well,
law. What do you think before we
for be
take
honest with
callers
you,
there, please?
yeah, for be honest with you, I think so to
Okay,
me
they say
for
Ernest
I
Coleman
mean,
was a member. Okay.
well, okay, I mean, yeah, okay. But waiting for be
Yeah, they
honest
say
with
Ernest
you,
Coleman. Okay, I stand corrected. Ernest Coleman
yeah,
was a member
he
of
was
parliament.
he first came to parliament, but that's not to some of the argument. Here's the argument. Waiting a question where you before ask me before frame up. If actually Africa then I mean mature enough for handle an executive form of government, a presidential system
Right,
of governance. Now that you before
right.
ask Naya.
Yeah.
The answer, no, we not. If you observe, what will be get a parliamentary democracy? I know, so you know what in an name. What we get a
Mm-hmm.
parliament, we get a prime minister, cabinet ministers. You are from parliament. I mean, you get the prime minister, you get it, and then of course we get the sovereign head of state. I mean, a day for a ceremonial job. If you observe, the parliament was very robust those times. Not taken from the 60s. Take calm. Now, only way Mr. Stevens come from, well, okay, we come, he changed it in April 1971, he changed it to a republic. Then
Was
gradually, we will take this Cuba, Russia, China, North Korea, Venezuela, and all
yes.
the system of governance. They change it. So one thing become, one man become the alpha and omega. He become the be all
Mm-hmm.
and end all, the beginning and the end, the Iyakana Budu, Iyakana stand, and everything, one man. So that I think. Because if you observe, what we get the parliamentary democracy, you don't see even how them in the people like Ibrahim Taki, them, all the other people, you see, waiting Albert Magai, they go to the baptism of fire, where in the face the parliament. You may
Mm-hmm.
see, you just go down. But these days, everything is one man. Can you imagine even the for even elect a speaker? Now the president for the well, not even elect the speaker, even the committees, na parliament, the committees. When the president not supposed to get anything for the because it's supposed to be a different one. The president they decide whose committee go there. Now then go decide whose committee go there. So did they show you the extraordinary and plenipotentiary powers where this executive president, we don't need that in Africa. Now make we get dictators them. Now make people, the leaders, they don't turn to demigods them. Because everything revolves around their whims, views, and caprices. Everything that the president, So we don't care about things. We don't get any hope. We simply not get some. We not get, me believe say the best form of government for we na the parliamentary democracy. They're quoting again at Westminster na England, quoting again at England so. Now they can't go because now we get personally when I look, when you take a retrospective look at things, we don't review, we don't see governance yesterday, governance today. Me personally, if they ask me, say, Lord, return to the parliamentary democracy, to God and I will vote for the parliamentary democracy. Seriously, than
Okay.
this executive
Let me take
because
some
you get a
caller
lot of
first.
abuses them.
Yeah.
A lot with it
Yeah.
on both sides, not only Ernest Koroma.
Yeah.
This guy said they do.
Yeah. It's on
The
both
next
sides. It's
president
on
when they
both
come,
sides.
instead go do.
Yeah, it's on
He go
both
do.
sides. It's not only President Koma, it's on
Yeah,
both sides. And it's in the past too. They have done it, they continue to
of
do
course.
it. And it's just a continuation of this is the reason we they ask ourselves why.
Mhm.
And the young people are the future. And the young people now then get for stand up because we on them they don't. We on them the past because if now how we can at the world now so we they go, we not take again for go. But the other one the way they be and we where they come, we continue this. The small picking where they not kindergarten, where they go inside kindergarten, the same mentality if we don't change it, if we not begin for change them, if the people not begin for see things from a different perspective and try for clean up and not because of what you they get, but what you deserve. Forget if we not begin down there, we get a long way for go. And that's why I keep saying we need a radical change. We need a radical leader. And I've been talking one time and say, oh, radical don't mean go for go kill a person. Radical means somebody that is well disciplined, that is ready to take us, that is ruthless, that is gonna say zero tolerance. Everything that you waiting and call safe is zero tolerance. Anything you're not supposed to do, you they go. If not punishments get for candy, punishment get for candy. If not jail time get for candy, jail time get for candy. That will deter people from doing wrong. But a society that is lawless, that does not respect the law, the judiciary itself, they're not a work. Then self now other one them
Exactly.
where the people don't have, it's just everything has fallen apart. And until they
Yes.
build these institutions brick by brick of moral, of
Well,
discipline, of integrity, of transparency, and of respect for the rule of law, we are still doomed, my
that's the
people.
point there.
I'm,
We
I'm,
will
I'm so
only build.
sorry. I'm so sorry. We're going to be stuck in people's country. We're going to have our brothers and sisters dying at the Mediterranean Sea, trying to go, thinking they're going to greener pastures. We're going to have our sisters being sold into domestic slaves. We're going to have, because we don't have much to give. We don't have much to do now. We country, we don't get much. So that is the frustration of a lot of us.
Yes.
We want the best for people, you know.
Good.
We want the
You
best for
see,
human being. Let everybody able, because like we always say here, we have something to go back and look back how it was. So therefore we can compare, say we deserve better.
fine.
We want
If that's
better.
what you say,
We
law see
want
wetin go
better.
work.
It could be better. They could do it. Somebody can do it. If only the
Okay.
leader is determined and really, really genuine for bring the change. That is why they say 60 years na man, unala try a woman now. Not that a
No,
woman, a competent woman, not any kind of woman, but a competent woman, a woman that
no,
can stand, a woman that
no,
is
Fatima, that's
disciplined
not the
enough
answer. That's
for
not the
for
answer.
for
That's
what
not
they
the
call.
answer.
You,
Mm-mm.
you know,
Not to the
yeah,
not to the
I mean,
gender.
but we can try. It won't hurt. Maybe women
Now
see it
true.
better, different than men. I don't know. I'm
Well,
just
fine.
saying.
But to
I'm
me,
just. Go ahead, sir.
gender, gender not so much than the answer. I see you almost win the answer in way me the talk as you dey make you in color. You win the answer. Yes, woman go do well, man go do well. That's not really the issue now. The fundamental question we'll get for us to say, are we actually prepared for being a nation? That are the first question that if we say yes, waiting at the template forward for there will be a nation. Waiting
Right.
at the template forward. We lay the template for when at the you know, you talk about Donald Trump now. Just now, Donald Trump is now going through criminal investigations. And what are the way now? Just the Attorney General and New York, not to even the federal Attorney General and New York are color. Juxtapose that with SALONE. Let's say they hold anybody, a minister or an ex-president, and they all can. Oh, now we Trump, now this, now this. These are the things because we don't create a culture where people then that untouchable, you cannot touch them until don't like we say whether now woman will get to as prime minister or president to until we decide for being say we are a nation of laws where everybody accountable to the law. Everybody. I keep with every platform when we don't date from England, they're not coming for debate. Now England, I don't bring this. I have always stood firm on the fundamental edifice of the importance of the rule of law. Without the supremacy of the law being the ethical foundation and moral compass, where nine underpin. You guys stop calling yourself a nation. That's some kind of a jungle farm mentality. Nine operate so.
Yeah, we gonna take the phone call then, but we can't take the
Let's
phone
go
call
ahead.
then, please.
Let's
Yeah,
go
but
ahead,
I
man.
just want to laugh. Somebody make a laugh. This is a loyal viewer of VOS, a loyal participant at VOS in conversation. He call himself Salon Force. Salon Force. I don't know if you're a man or woman. You're not sure yourself yet. You not show yourself to here because we not see you. I don't invite you. Say come on the platform. You say you are run for president and you go do
Oh,
much
but
better. But you say today, you
wow.
say VOS, una de insult me ego bad. So una
What?
not see me yet. We not see you yet. Shout out to you. I mean, I just
What?
love him. Sometimes I look at his comments and laugh and smile. Everybody thinks they're the solution and the answer. Come out and show
What did you go
yourself
get
for
for
what
do?
you
What
can
did you
do.
go get for do the program?
I don't know. So that's why I say
Jesus
come from
Christ.
under the mask. Come
Jesus
from
Christ.
under the
Now the
mask.
same thing what they
Identify
talk about.
yourself.
Self worship is
Can't show
vanity.
we yes. Can't
Vanity.
show we what you can do for we country because we
Jesus
did with
Christ.
anybody we want for make Salongo before. So caller, let me take the caller then. Thank you so much, callers. Professor, you want to announce the number for me quick? You get
No,
them.
ma'am, go ahead and announce the number, my
Okay,
dear ma'am.
let me take the caller first. Let me take the caller then first. Caller, good evening. What's your name, please, and who's are you call from? Thank you so much for holding and your patience, because life sometimes is about patience to win and to
Oh,
get
yes.
through. So thank you. What do you get for me, caller, please? Hello, caller. Go ahead, please. You're on live VOS. Waiting you get for Hard Power Conversation. Okay, we not get the caller yet, so
Well, no, go to other
I don't
thing.
know. I don't know what's going on. I know we have them, but I don't know what's going on. Um, thank you. We can go for slow to go the
I know they
conversation.
go until
I
they
know we
come up.
had callers on the line. Yeah, I take too long for come to them.
But
Maybe
well, go
they
ahead
having
and take no.
problems with. Okay. So let me go to the next topic.
Oh,
Like we say,
okay, ma'am.
will they talk on the APC and then we done with the APC first? Will they talk on the constitution and reforming the constitution and the IRA? So what is it going forward? Because if these people cannot
Okay.
clean their house, they talk on the constitution. Oh, we don't get a caller now. I think it echo.
Yeah,
So
go
if you
ahead.
can turn down your
Okay.
set and then you talk with them
Hello, Auntie
live.
Fatima. Good evening. This is Umar. I call from Switzerland.
Oh, another loyal listener. Thank you, Mr. Omar. How you doing, my brother?
When they
And
get
what you
me?
get for? Yeah, go ahead, sir. What you get for add to it? Mr. Omar, you're on, sir.
Yeah. Um. First of all, let me congratulate with First Lady for your achievement. We happy that for me a count such a made host, So like we happy, but we just want to make one point clear that no matter what happens, if there is a need for any inquiring in public spending, that's still good for old. We appreciate them, but for the mere fact that if it be mismanagement, misuse, it's still good for go on the inquiry. Whether it prepare for go now or it want wait after them ready, not a problem that because it clear if you take pig money, you build mocks. Not me say na still not pig money. So that's a clear. So, but we appreciate them anyway for the matter. But don't let you know say still for account for the money where it is spent. I feel like then
Yeah.
Mrs. Fadima, you talk something Sierra Leone just like what Mr. Kutubu say. I like na transgender person we get in that country. The problem still go there with we because we the people self now we implicate to ourselves. What happen so? What the former president do so? Today, Mrs. Fadima, if the lawyer, the bar association want target that mandate, you get loyalists when APC now then go come out and say na SLPP lawyers. If same thing that happen to SLPP, you get the same loyalists and SLPP then go come, then say this na APC lawyers. This is our problem. This problem is there within we self, not politicians. The politicians then stable na their own corner, but we the Sierra Leoneans now we not ready for the change. With all the obstacle, the alatif, nobody need to calm down. And the change what we want, if we say we know they take the change, we decide say that we can't give how German call and gratis for nothing, they happen. We self go for prepare for the change. Otherwise, all what they do na lip service. Mr. Kutubu don't already talk him. Sierra Leone, we politicians we don't make them demigods. Then I don't go, I don't make one comment. Somebody talk a comment. You see, Mr. Kutubu, we appreciate when they get a professor because to we in title it prove them to the Sierra Leoneans. Sierra Leoneans they benefit from even more than the one they will get the way officially get the titles. So for we appreciate them.
Because when they say professor, now when you able pass something, your knowledge when you get to all people will not understand what they talk or will not understand situations, then the people will benefit. Now we call professor, not that you get a lot of degrees, a lot of titles, you put enable deliver. You know, me I can always say if you get a degree, you get a professor, you get all kind of degree, you able deliver, then that degree then for your family. So anybody where they doubt what the professor title we get, we they tell and say we appreciate them because why we they learn. Some of we yes, history they don't teach one at school, some of you don't go, but still professor they come with one angle where even at the school they know they teach. The history professor they teach to people, they know they teach at school. All they teach you at school, wide and wall, and national history, Joe Eddie Ali and Joe Eddie Ali limited. So we tell professor thank you and we appreciate and just continue.
Thank
This
you,
now you know where you don't show say you will contribute to Sierra Leonean issue. We tell you thank you. Thank you very much for the program. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And one thing he always say, I'm not a permanent friend, I'm not a permanent enemy. I go talk about you today, I praise you tomorrow. Once the issue them fall in place, then I'm my own job, then I'm my own focus. I mean, I'm like I say, he's not a perfect man, but he gets a lot for offer. Next caller, please. Good evening. Waiting on your name and who say the call we from.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is a mail that they call from United States. Is it VOS?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please. Mr. Med. Med, you
Yes,
said? Okay.
first and foremost, I just want to say thanks to Una, Fatima, you and Professor Kutubu for the great job that they do.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And you see, the problem where we get now with country, now we, the people, because we instead of we give with life and everything and support our country, we give with life to political parties. This time we problem because people they see the wrong and they try for cover just because they belong to each and every one of the political parties. This time will biggest sickness until we able for come out and ready for speak the truth. Then that country will be very hard for go forward. And I was so happy today I able to get to that today because I've been there for too long. I try for, because I did watch every week and I did get more experience from Professor Kutubu, and all the rest. The problem where we get in the salon, it's very deep. We just like when Professor Kutubu say all this title where they give with leaders. Some of this title, they don't even deserve it. You're a president, that's it. No other title, doctor or whatever. This is not necessary. But the most thing is we need for put Salone first na the map before political party. Because people just give everything to this so-called political party, even though they say they're wrong, but they're scared to say it. Or some of them can want to say, but they don't want to come out because, oh, this is my political party. I don't want to say the wrong thing that will offend the next person. And this really the go on for with the diaspora because that we need to educate the people that back home because we they see the wrong. We need to come out, regardless what political party you belong to. So this time, and I want to say thanks to Una for the great job Una did.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, my brother Mohammed. Thank you so much, sir. They say we the people, now we get a problem. I don't see them before, it's the battle of the minds. You forgets the people, the mind, for bring the change. The mind has to change. For change to occur, the thought process has to change. Because your thoughts becomes your feelings and your feelings becomes your action. Cognitive theory. That's how they try to change the way they think. Next caller, please. Good evening. Waiting are your name and also you call me from. Hello, caller. Waiting are your name, please, and also you call me from.
Hi, good evening, Madam Fatima. How are you? You look good.
Yes, good evening, my love.
Anonymous again.
Okay, Anonymous, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Kutubu. Based on the two calls I moved on, they get my contribution to that. They keep saying that the people. And me, they try to say, how do we blame the people? We get educated people, them, where it be say they not get no love, or even their education, wouldn't they claim for say they get, there's a big question mark to it. You know, it's just pure selfishness where they go on. We get some Sierra Leoneans then, because I remember back in the days where we say the government will sponsor some people then for come overseas and can't get education and go back and go teach other people them within the land. But some go come, they decide for stay and not go back. We get empty man then they will leave overseas right now. So when you talk about the people, you they talk about the people them with the average education we learn inside SALONE, or you they talk about the people them way look and teach from SALONE. Then majority of we people them right now, whatever the leaders them tell them, then they go do, because that's all they are exposed to. And anybody can cancel you and tell you a lie. And the lie is something where we say a lot of them, they sugarcoat with money, then they sugarcoat with houses, and they sugarcoat with stuff, where then they gift to the people then. So I'm glad the way we say we former president kind of actually just begin to pull in your waist now though, because when he ruled all over this 11 years, God knows he do a great job, but he not do an excellent job. And because of that, people then vote in the current president, and instead don't come, it prove or say they are just one and the same. You know, so for that you just say you not God and nobody not go tell you for do anything otherwise. It just prove for say them people are not idol worshippers. They do not have the fear of God in them. They not get the respect of God. They not get the respect of humanity. Now, this is not the problem we'll get in the country. All the one that they claim for say they're religious and stuff, they're just liars, bunch of liars and everything. So when they blame the people, look at the reasons, why you blaming them. Just go out there, do a poll, do some statistic gathering and stuff, and see how much knowledge then people they get. So the country, the way where the people and they rule the country, and now we go by that. Stop blaming the poor, innocent people. And stop blaming them, because yes, then come, then vote. Because who that ever come to the nine, they know. So then they're just living their day-to-day normal life. So I know it's not much, but this is just my own take on it. We should stop blaming the poor people in the country.
Okay,
That's don't
Anonymous, I get one question for you. I know, say you know, just talking to you, very intelligent young lady. I get a question for you.
Uh-huh.
In psychology, our behaviors and things we do, and even religious way tell us say we perish because of lack of knowledge. Okay, and any
Uh-huh.
action as an adult that we do, it is our responsibility now with choice. Okay, for so long we say don't
Mm-hmm.
blame the people, don't blame the people. Yes, the people have, you know, in sociology you go down there, understand their problem, why, the causation of what is going on. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
for you for want a better life, it is your choice. Just like the slave then, they for 400 years it took people that started saying, you know, they were just praying and sitting there and waiting. And it took a bunch of people, the
Mm-hmm.
Underground Railroad, when
Mm-hmm.
Harriet Tubman started, and she said, we got to learn to write, we got to learn to read, we got to learn to this. How long should you sit
Mm-hmm.
by and accept it? Because the choice in the end, I am responsible for my individual choice. As a collective choice
Mm-hmm.
maybe, but the individual, the responsibility is on the individual. So we the people, if we don't want much, if we don't understand, what is there on the other side, but we sit there and accept it, it's going to continue. Because they go abuse we, they go fool we, they go can't give you one cup rest, we dance, we sing, we only eat for 1 minute. We conditions are not changing, our lives are not improving. The sufferness continue. You picking the done school, you not get work. You picking the go school, you not able to pay college fee for them, because there was middle class when I was growing up. There were business people, and not a government. They get money from business was booming. Our people, they all get money through business. I had lawyers, I had doctors, I had business people in my family, and then boom because of business. And we were middle class, they own houses because of business. But now it's like with people that don't believe for accept mediocrity. They don't believe for accept that it is okay. They don't believe for accept say how for do now God puts them there. No, God give we wisdom. God give we choices. So when are we going to use these choices for change with life? God is
I
not going to come down.
understand
God going to meet we
waiting everything we
only.
don't say so, and you raise a very good point.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
And this is why the educated one, the one them we understand the rules and engagement, then they do better, then they vote wisely. But they are not the majority in the country right now. The majority in the poor one them, the majority in the uneducated one them. And then one day are within a village with their struggles. And remember, then they also they take ballot them for vote. Then they forge IDs and everything for go vote. So you cannot say, oh, it's all the people where then they vote wisely. So the people am way not fortunate enough as you and me, then people anybody can come to them and tell them for say, okay, look at the previous government where them been there in power. All them do now for put in people them with them sabi and do things them for themselves and build mansion. But if we come inside and then you allow you vote for we go do better, we go do this, we go do that. And you believe them based on that because you also you want to change. So this is the deception. So if you don't come sugarcoat me, you don't butter me up and everything like that. And based on me, your sense of reasoning, I'm like, you know what she's saying is right. And if you don't promise for the way it will make a change, because this past election, it's based on a vote for change. Now, vote for change, now in win SLPP in. So let's be honest with that. Everybody being against, everybody being tired, and I make them vote SLPP in. And now SLPP is here. They're being worse than ABC. So you see, if they keep coming and telling us all these lies, how are you going to discern between the line? Between this thin line of the truth and the policy. That's all I gotta say. I'm just on the people's side. I'm sorry. I love the ones that are not educated and all. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Anonymous. We're gonna forget this conversation again. And you know, it's a very very interesting conversation we'll get for talk about. Because if we want the change, what are these parties doing? Are they going out sensitizing people? Are these people that, you know, in those are the jobs of, if you want for win election, waiting for the people and for look for, you know, then for really begin go to the grassroots and keep, you know, let's go to the next caller. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Take care, bye.
Yes, next call. Yes, thank you. Bye bye. Next caller, please. What's your name and who side they call from? Yeah, go ahead, please. What's your name and who side they call from, please?
This is Mustafa. They call from France.
Yes, Mr. Mustafa, darling. Okay, my brother. What do you have for us? What do you get for it today?
Well, I tell you, thank you for this program.
Yeah.
They talk about the issues of Anescoma. Yes, now unfortunate statement. Somebody when they admire much, you understand? They do a lot in SALONE. For many begin see president them, they don't walk before you go. But now, the judicial way they talk about, anybody can say anything about the judiciary. SALONE, we not even get court system. We get people who go sit down there no more, but we not get time. They walk. Now inside SALONE we see sitting vice president, this former president, we me they admire and so much. Every month they make mistake. He sack him. Then go na court. Court say right. You self make a mistake. Just now you say the ECOWAS court say for reinstate him. And the ECOWAS court no go interpret to constitution. So they not say for reinstate him. They only say for pay him some things, but they not say for reinstate him. I don't know if you notice of that.
Okay, I mean, I stand corrected. I stand so corrected. I appreciate that. I don't have it all. I don't know it all. That's why this is the voice of Sierra Leone. We they take corrections. We, you know, spell out our thing. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you understand. So
look
like this government from where they don't can power. Look the things them where the courts don't pass verdict pa. Look issues them. Look that Bobo will just go express himself. Why I say Bobo man, go express himself. Look at the so. Then there are people where they all for small issues. Then just go back in the normal number or the issue then they come up safe. So we not even get caught. We get members of parliament there where they root no more than put down the court nine install order on them. Nothing they go. So anybody can say anything about that court there. We not get caught in a salon. So do you have professor? No actuate by the bar association tomorrow. Fair no that thing. Nothing we all know say 19 work. You don't tell where they talk, oh. And you don't tell some of you self they talk. But in the work, we country we just don't follow inside well. We not even they think how for come up. Because nobody need to pass around that area there. The SALONE constitution or everything are just we just don't we the sorry for we younger when they we picking them. Now they no more because we don't suffer all things don't God don't manage pool with they manage we self. But any kind way no place like home. We want good thing but to country. But a lot of things they go wrong. Lot of things it go hard though. It go hard. May God bless you for this good work now they do.
God bless you too, my brother. Thank you. But the thing is, we're not going to tire for talk. We're going to continue for talk. Because for change for come, maybe one voice among we, one voice will bring the change we want for see. So let we not tire. Let we not give up. Let we continue for talk. Because, you know, sometimes I get exhausted. I'm like, mentally, for real, mentally, I take all kind of medication for keeping me sanity together. You know, and you know, I mean, so sometimes I'm just like, but I just you know feel committed and kind of things. Let us talk about this. Let us sound off. Let us make the noise until it go to the right ear. Because the caller Mustafa just made the point. Say it make a thing where really say we don't follow inside well. Where we there, outside nobody know they pass. Nobody know they hear you Allah. It's just like you inside this hole, you the Allah until somebody can pass inside it. So we go continue. We go take your advice, Mr. Mustafa, my brother. We go take your advice. You say let we pass. Let usa we don't for nobody know they. We go continue for Allah till we go catch the next person. One day somebody go pass there. We go hear you with the Allah, and then the change go come. We'll see. We pray it is in our lifetime, but it might not be in our lifetime because Martin Luther King had a dream and then it actualized when Obama became president of the United States of America. So we see people get right for vote. It was all because champions like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all the other great people of America. And then you get the Baibures. You remember when Baibure, where the warriors then cut the white people then come. They say for pay tax. They say how I go pay tax. Where they're not waiting and call. The fight has been there. We had warriors. We had people. We had people that have been fighting. You know, we have the Mandelas. We have people all over the world. We have Kwame Nkrumah. Ghana is manifesting. Then they talk of Pan-Africa movement. You know, he started the movement. He started talking about it. And people, you know, it die first. Then people begin back. That's how change comes. Sometimes a movement go die. Then it keep back. Somebody can raise her up. So we'll go continue for raise. Next caller, please. Good evening. What's your name? And Usai they call we from. Hello, caller.
It is Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please. What's his name?
Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Oh, okay, Mike. Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, please. Yes, Mike. What's he please?
I just want to say the problem with SALONE is non-power leader they want sacrifice for the good of the country. You know, it's just like and there's no sacrifice for change the constitution. So President Bio himself no one sacrifice to change the constitution because they all benefit from that. You know? So they're not ready for move the country forward. They all know what's wrong with the country. Even President Bio will be run for elections. You know what's wrong with the country. But nobody no one sacrifice for fix the problem that were wrong with the country. Because what thing with the constitution is the constitution they benefit them, you know, within there as president. So now problem down there. And the other problem is now educational system. The way where would they educate yourself? Would they use the British system, the colonizer system? Well, we still not understand. Begin from way small. You begin go school way 5 years old. You don't even know how to speak English. You speak in natural language. then begin force you for speak this English. When I do wrong thing, what would they do as for educate to begin there? You know? But we know they see that one day. Until we begin educate to begin in Timni or Mende or whatever Creole, so we were able to understand it, you know what I mean, what they educate to people and faster. You know, we're not able to grasp what even when we get professor and whatever, they all are not the same thing, now the British system then get. They all are corruption and in their mind. We don't kind of power and we can't see no more enrich themselves. They not come for come better that country. And Salone, whatever leader we get, until we begin put the minister in from, let's say minister from the north, let's say we get 5 ministers from the north, 5 ministers from the south, or 5 from the east, we begin separate that one, and then instead of what they kind of more, they say, oh, now we can enjoy now. Then they will be come before now from the north, they don't enjoy now from the south, they don't enjoy. We're not able to develop a country. Just like our professor say, you know, until we want to build a nation, we have to think as people, as one people, as Sierra Leoneans, not to just sections. You know, all these section, not to so we will able to develop a country. We need to come as one Sierra Leonean, as one-minded people, so we go move the country forward. But all them politicians, they know that, and then they continue for divide we section by section. You know, otherwise they make sure they divide we to the south and the north. What on OAPC back and then they do the same thing. You know the problem then we as Sierra Leoneans, we need to think as one and come together as one. Not think about them politicians and the division what they try to bring in. You know, don't forget about the division. After election, we come together as one and build our own country. You know? And the other thing is, I hope we're not touch into this sell where they don't sell we land for 55 million. You know, and just it's all over. Even in America, so people they complain, but then a big embarrassment to the country. You know, big embarrassment. Yeah. I mean, contribution.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate you. Just like I say, we therefore think as one, and we lead, you know, the sacrifice, and that's the greatest thing about white people. I mean, in as much as you know, we're not the same, but the sacrifice. Somebody ready for going to moon, for going to rocket where not Sabusa, they go save. Just they don't insure them, they don't make sure say in family taken care of. If you go die, they innocent at the good of the generation. All them thing the world they waiting and call so now sacrifice it take, you know, sacrifice. We know waiting at the problem, but we refuse to fix the problem. You know, that is what my brother Mike say. We know the problem, but we know want to fix the problem. And Professor, I know say you don't hear some of the thing them. If you want to add anything before we go to other caller them, we don't hear the problem.
Don't say the caller.
Okay. Caller, what's your name, please? And Usai, you they call you from?
Hi, my name is Ibrahim. I call from the United States. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir.
I think so. Yes, they do a fantastic job, and I don't follow now for a long time. And when our audience they grow up, and I also think see and hope that we grow in waiting that they do. However, I get few concerns them, and first of all, I want for singularly talk about Mr. Kutubu, where they do an excellent job in the sense that he knows so much about Sierra Leone past and most of what things they happen. And me now one person we don't benefit a lot from that, and I think say the other caller they don't talk about that. But as a neutralist looking at what they do, I think say for enhance this platform, we also get responsibility. Mr. Kutubu talked about two things they want to highlight. One, he talked about the fact the leaders they are not up to the task, and this is very, very true. You know, not just about the education, but now people don't understand what's the responsibility of leadership. They don't understand it, and that's the biggest challenge of the country. So until we try to frame down it properly, let people to understand. Say before you come up for positions like a president or member of parliament, you get to understand what you entail. The second thing is, with politicians there in a salon, they're very, very smart. They are smart negatively. Now, what do I mean by that? When they come to before they come to power, they know all the problems of the country. As soon as they get into it, they want for a mass power. They want to concentrate power to themselves and forget about what they did. they do. So what they do is they take over every institution, every aspect of the human life. So that you were ambitious, you want to grow, you think say the only way for go about them, now for make I support this person. As soon as they squeeze the space, they make sure they reduce the space for other people, they are independent people. They don't give you time. If you support you, it's opportunity to grow. If you don't support you, they fit you, they remove you, and eliminate you to get out of the system. One thing though, what I want for also highlight that on the basis of last video I play about Ernest by Koma, contextually, I think say when I completely miss waiting if they talk. And I highlight that particularly because it's a very, very important piece of the discussion. If you go back to the audio, Ernest Koma was not talking about the judge, he was talking about his party members. Where for use the court or make me resign. Remember, the court not talk say Ernest Koma for resign. Saying if you think you don't go to court and put pressure on me to make a resign, then you're missing also to court. That is the position. However, I accept the fact that it could send a negative connotation. And I think that Professor Asulakola miss out also completely. He miss out in the sense that he concentrates, in my own view, he concentrates rather than the content of the video. Content of the video get nothing to do with the judge or the court. The content of the video concentrates the membership of an extreme party. But
Kola,
as we say
on the line. Okay, I want to let you stay on the line for a second there. I want to let you stay on the line, please. Don't hang up yet. My question now to you is say that it was taken out of context, right? Okay. But then the one where we listen, which we own, yes. If you have a full video of what he talk about, please let we know and send them to we go willingly for share them and play them to be fair to him. But the one that we see, the parts within court, wouldn't say, I think he measured the court, not to this or not to anybody. And that is what we have the problem with. I know we're trying to rationalize it and be fair, because this is a fair platform. And I want please, technical team, caller, hold on, please. What's your name again? I forget the name again, sir.
Ibrahim.
You've informed the break. What did you say?
Ibrahim.
Oh, Ibrahim. Okay, Mr. Ibrahim. Sorry, darling. Okay, I want Lona play this video back because we want to get on straight now. We know one thing, but it's just what we heard that we're going by. Whether the content was taken out of context, but the short sound bite it was. Let we listen and together again one more time. Let we all kind of the same page, please. Please play that for 1 second. Hold on, Mr. Ibrahim.
But nobody, and they say I'm again publicly, nobody no go go to court and believe say when the court take a decision, I will step out. Not to court, make me chairman and leader. It's the people. When you go to tomorrow, you say now choose a new chairman and leader. Everything say you go around. No, it's not on. It's not on.
Okay, Mr. Ibrahim, you don't hear who shall we come out?
Absolutely.
So what you get for say, but I just want to make verify say we hear good. Low with people that
absolutely
not feel so with a pick on now. They say nobody not they go to court. We court.
I don't listen.
Say not the court, not the anything. Yeah, Ibrahim, go ahead, sir.
Please. Okay, first of all, my background and law. Okay, so I understand what you talk about. I said the content of the audio, the content of the video on a play, a soundbite directed at the members of the party and not the court. The reference to the court, now that if you believe, say, the court will take a decision and me go step back. Now, if you look at the order of the court, not ever tell Koma as chairman and leader for me to step back. It is clear. It has nothing. First of all, the court not gets the right for Pula as chairman. Essentially, that is what he's saying. Because what he is saying is people are trying to force him to resign. And he is not prepared to resign.
Ibrahim,
that is what he's saying. Don't put me under pressure. Not to God elect me.
Hold
now the people that elect me.
I get you.
But
as a lawyer, I would like for maybe you come now, we show and we discuss this. But I want to say this. As a layman.
No, let me finish up. I mean, just give me 1 minute. Not to know I think I want to mention. So I want to talk about now Mr. Kutubu in point where he said if they go put the lawyer them that they got tax. You know, there's no basis for it already. Mr. Kutubu the person who respect. And not to all man na social media lawyer or na conveyance lawyer. I am not a conveyance lawyer. And Mr. Kutubu will use a platform for disrespect the entire bar association. I was secretary of the bar association, me not a conveyance lawyer. And Mr. Kutubu not sabi all the lawyers na SALONE. He get a view, he get a right for say, I will take this with the bar association because I believe say they have a duty. That is correct. But for say he go put you in the laundry or to the washer or to disrespectfully, that is not even good.
I go let Mr. Kutubu. Okay, Mr. Ibrahim, hold on the line. I will let Mr. Kutubu respond to that. But because I'm not a law student. I know say professor nabi paralegal. He get a degree in that. I know that he worked in law offices for a long time. But what they say too is the words of the president, former president, where utter you as a lawyer, I know you defend the name. Defense lawyer do that. Defense lawyer put doubt. They inject doubt. They try to make and correct the wrongs of your client. But at the same time, I know he's not your client, but I'm just talking in general. So at the same time, because you cannot come put the blanket over our face thinking we are not rational thinkers ourselves and we don't understand what's in the law. If I was sitting in the jury and I was part of the jury, I was a juror, I'm sitting there, I go by what I hear. Even though it's a soundbite, yes, you said it was
in context.
But at the same time, the words that he uttered were not the court or everything can't tell me and I listen to that. But if the courts go by their constitution,
if anybody, if courts, if better than a court, anybody talk anything what disrespectful to the judge, the judge get a power for supreme in there, or I'm in contempt in the first
well, but you know I don't work in Sierra Leone like that. You say you've been there at SALONE court before you go England. You know it don't work like that. So let's don't fool ourselves, my brother. I love you so much. I wish we can continue the conversation, but I would love to have you on my show. If you can reach out to me, I don't know your contact or anything, please reach out to us. Let's have these discussions because it's healthy, it's good for what we know, and good for what we see. But I pass on to Professor, so tell get any response we go want. Professor, you get any response? Mr. Abraham, please don't hang up yet. Let me talk on this matter a little bit. Let me talk on this matter because it's very important. Because we're going by what we hear and what we see. So, Professor, Mr. Ibrahim, don't take offense to the words that you use and all that stuff.
Okay, here's what I will do for me, brother, for engaging at the collegiate battle of the brains over this. Mr. Ibrahim, I will give you my number so that me will go back and forth on this. I want you my number.
Please.
So I will able to engage you on this. Please. I don't know if you get 10 now. I don't know if you get 10. I can give you now. Or you send your number because they make me broadcast tomorrow. Then I go make sure say you get some. Then you take me on this, so me and you will go back and forth for the respect of the other clients and other people. They really don't get caught up in this. So they give me number or you send your number. I will go pick up. But my number now 240 413 1733. You just send me a small text or just send me a small WhatsApp. Hi, Kutubu, I want to talk. So me, you go take care from this. In any case, thanks very much, sir.
Thank you, Ibrahim. I love the conversation. We have to have these conversations. respectfully we get for half days, because like I say, some people go see us right, some people say, and defense attorney, their law is to make their job is to make their clients look good. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying anastomize your client, but I just say you're playing the job of a defense attorney. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, Mr. Ibrahim, and I go love for have you on our show for a little debate on issues that pertain to Sierra Leone, especially with the judiciary, because we know in Sierra Leone, you say, just like how you say, rightfully say, if it never contempt of court, the judge should have called in. But we know it don't work like that in Sierra Leone. We know it. Look for how long they don't put case there where not they even please. Let's not even fool ourselves. Let's not fool ourselves there. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. Last thing, let's just talk on this before we go. Let me talk on this SLPP, the opening of the new building in Kailao. Because this, we talk about party things, we talk about they have to put their houses in order. We know say APC there, I've been talking last week, APC then get their own way in the battle. SLPP self get their own way in the battle. And we hear the president where they go open the Nayanda, yes, Nadande. We want to read the president's speech because he talk on the thing where capture me pass all. He talk on the inside the party fighting, the way where they fight. He talk on not for use weapon. He talk on it discourage, we can do better and all that. And that's a good message to young people, because young people want to fight. Young people, mostly, not always, but then like how one with sister when anonymous say, they use the people. She's for the people. They use the people because that's all they know. The people, they know they think for themselves. They use them for do the dirty work, the dirty fights. These boys and these cliques and these they get a name there where they call them, and they use them for those purposes to put themselves in power. When I know we listen, some people still concerned about SLPP, why they go build an office so big and so what. But then I look back again and say, why not? Because it's their 7th anniversary. They want to do. We hope say not to government money bill them. We hope say that the people them of the SLPP, the money come together and bill them. And it's a good thing for them. That's their party. And they're celebrating their 70 years. So now listen to President quick. And now listen the words they always say. And the words they always say about the violence and all that crap and coming together. And that's what kind of catch my attention. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, the First Lady, the National Chairman, Chief Minister, Ministers of Government, Members of Parliament, Deputy Ministers, I want to say good afternoon to you all. Today is a celebration day. I've been choose Kailang in this particular office for make we start with celebration after we will be as a party 70 years. Happy birthday to the Sierra Leone People's Party. We are 70. Do we feel like that? Will it feel like 70? Okay. For me, this is the 70th birthday of the Sierra Leone People's Party. And for celebrating we in bona fide office. And not for no other place but Kailang. For the other districts, this is a challenge for now, including Banff. We are here for one celebrate unity in this country. We are the best people that God put in this small map called Sierra Leone. Without we, no other country for London I have. And they always say this, and they say it today, for make we know the responsibility we call due in this country. And for make we perform that responsibility today with all seriousness. without looking back to the other side, because the other side is no good for this country. When we fail, we don't only fail ourselves, we fail this country, and there is evidence to that. Because the other side, they're not good for themselves. So, me see this SLPP, we will inherit from the forefathers, and maybe this is not a beautiful opportunity for me to grab and observe a moment of silence for the great people who start this concept, this idea of the SLPP. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Let's sit down, please. Today, we inherit a party where old passed away. If the forefathers had not been started, something else would not happen to we. And the one that we start, the one that we take from them, like the examples of Dr. S.S. Banya, where they don't keep and say, we say don't hold on. I want to say a big thank you to you, Dr. Banya, and to the many across this country, where not in for help we celebrate the 70th birthday of the Sierra Leone People's Party. 70 years, not a small age. And in these 70 years, besides Freetown, we'll get a place we'll call home. We shall go to Secretariat. We'll not be getting no other place in this country. Wait till the money we. How straight. Every day they drive we. But now, I want to tell you, I say, in addition to this one, we got plenty other one day we get for complete in the next 2 years. Kailam, you will never celebrate today. The Bo Regional Office is 40% complete. Now another huge building. Cambia is 95% complete. Matrujam, the mainland of Bong, is 50% complete. Bong municipality, as how the chairman, they call me, say, we are overseas today. We still want to put an edifice winner for SLPP. It's 25% complete. Or started, as you may want it. Moyamba is 50% complete. Pujeum, we already have one. We are expanding it and refurbishing. Kwenadugu, 80% complete. Kono, then they do prospecting first. We get for Bilam. Karine, we get for Bilam. Bombali, we get for Bilam, but we go for make sure that we get strong insurance. But the insurance I don't hold with us. Because we know the bidder and if we not get good insurance, comprehensive. For Laba, we get for Bilam. Now, I can say the East is my second home, and I can mean them because in the political journey, I can take the South for granted. That is my home. But the way where the East, they embrace me, and also the party where I stand for, which is the Sierra Leone People's Party, politically, the East is my home. In that regard, why would they look for money for big Konoyon? At the turn the sword for Kenima district. At the turn the sword for Kenima district. Why I go through all of this? If we are 7 We not for the pay us rent again, bro. So I want to encourage each and every one of we, not to the few people they know more all this. I like now one bag you get, go drop and day. If now 8 pants and sign you get, go put and day. We for look like 70-year-old party. We for behave like a 70-year-old party. Now that make us say we for embark on serious reform within the party itself. 70 years, not a small time. We for they behave differently. We for they do things differently. Because we are 70, and the best thing that has happened to this nation. So besides the physical infrastructure that we will put in place, I also want to make, we get intellectuals there, we get everybody there to the grassroots. I want to make we do some engineering in the whole political structure so that we get a new SLPP in terms of structure where they take we forward. Then I'm working with constitution, we don't look at them, but we still get some votes inside it. We put the national structure, waiting will make we look like a modern party. I always say, we to make the dinosaur not deny now because it not evolve biologically. We in the 21st century we for make sure say we are just we party because the youth are in the majority. Youth man in there. I feel say they not remember na come. The base of we party, it don't change. First thing, na obedient, middle age, sometimes a lot of old people, we get young people there now, and they trangace. I mean, party there, sabi them. They get a lot of strange new ideas. If we say them we old ways, then now we they impose on them. We know they go far, we fall out. So we serve the old one there for the adjust way there now. And they appeal to the youth that this party is your future. It is your future and it is your insurance to a better Sierra Leone. So I like you vex. I know they say men will not vex, so all man get right for vex. And the levels of frustration can go up. But at the day we all, everybody, when you vex fully and long much more, they come back. Not vex and left. That will be the saddest mistake, not only to you and your family, but to this country. Not only this party go make this country go before. That's not a political statement, it's a statement of fact. So, men will not left and vex. Because we live together, we go for the mass one another. But we not vex and left. Whatever happened, the big one them, everybody, that peace and cohesion we want for the nation, more keep on. Because we now about unity, the SLPP. So 70 years on, what do we get for celebrate? Now the same unity, not only one of the parties, now the whole of Africa, we start 1951, we still they alive, stay together. We have a reason to celebrate. When election come with the threats, no so, and we see the threat because of the election they do, so what they do. What they redo. I beg, go with the threats. Now much, politics are much. Not take cutlass, not take anything, not use the finger themselves. Now for tell the other people they say, Mina a better leader than the other person. Use the power of your language and your ideas. Nobody know for knock, you know for cause because now inside SLPP and we all get for them together for go before. So that thing where I see injuries, people that they use cutlass and they do this, you know fine. And I want to condemn that act. SLPP is not about violence. We not there for violence. But we for sabi for defend when somebody comes violence. Defend aggressively, but we philosophy as a party now about unity, and we for protect that unity by all means. Now that's who for fight for this country. So we celebrate fact say we still there as a party 70 years. We will be proud as a party. And he always talk say we are a family. Frankly, a lot of people are not seeing in a very long time. We are Sidoyala, and they scan through the audience. A lot of people are they see, they make and they feel happy. This is the only place that gives me happiness, where they see una all. It's a family. It is truly a family. You know, the one the way they deal with conflict, they don't say, blabber way they inside family. You can one pass the one way na other person. Because there are emotions attached to it. When they see ourselves every day. So that make, I can say, the blabber you know now, we go make blabber. Blabber in fact now one way for sure say we different. In fact now one way for play to anger. No more some kind constant they were they are new to this party. Some kind constant they are new to this party. Tell the other man say you better pass them by your ideas, progressive ideas. That for be we young what to say. But I can tell APC. We for sure say we better pass them. Now, when I can call me talk and do, I want my SLPPB talk and do party from now onwards. Anything we will talk we for do them. Because we are intentional and purposeful in everything what we do. We for think about them and know say it's good for this country and do them because we are Sierra Leone People's Party. Anything what we do now for the betterment of this country. So today, we are happy for being part of this celebration. Many people who fought for this party, they're not lucky for their life today. And I'm happy for the celebrate this birthday of the party. Now no less a place but Kailan. Because Kailan don't prove and those
I think cut. Okay, cut. We do so. We don't hear the talk what we want make we listen to. They talk on the cohesiveness, the togetherness, the future of the party. Then they celebrate 70 years. They're supposed to celebrate. We just celebrate 60 years with celebration. So the president, does he have the obligation, or Professor, I put onto you, if for use this same speech for unite and heal with people? Because like I always say, if we don't unite, if we don't heal, if we don't forgive, if we don't deal and face with the problem, we're not going to ever go before. We will never rise. Because until you say you have hurt me and I genuinely say I am sorry, I mean what I say with the sorry, we're not going to go before. And he's talking about the youth, he's talking about the violence, he's talking about this. Is this a thing that he should do as a nation, not only in party, but as a nation as a whole? Because I'm glad they fixed the constitution there. Because if you not get good constitution, I will run the country. How we rubbish and so you go come back bring her up here and rubbish. So what do you think about in speech where you hear I'm watching you what do you take from that? What do you get from that?
Thank you. You know, I see a whole lot of paradox there. If you recall who started the discussion earlier, I tell you who side, I tell you the audience and who side the emphasis in the political dispensation of the country, side the emphasis the emphasis on the party and the leaders have been made that very clear.
Yeah.
And as God, we don't see the evidence. The fundamental question is this: we have to ask, President Bill, why from day one, from that day where you put your hand on that Bible or Quran, whatever it is, where you not
that's
now
my thing.
For tell the citizens that you know what? Because I listen carefully to what they talk.
Yes.
You know what? We don't hold elections. One thing about elections, you're like way Obama, elections get consequences. But Lord, remember, waiting in that contraption where they call SALONE, 99. Not to me, we know, not to Samuel also, who that win, na SALONE and win. because we don't hold election. We don't tell the people, they say, we mature. We don't tell the people, they say, we are students of Edmund Burke. Waiting Edmund Burke, the great philosopher, tell we. He said, we will not remember yesterday. We will repeat the same mistake today. We are farm students of that money. Let God sorry for that money who say it. Therefore, you be SIPPO, you be APCO, you see Democrat to be guess what? We own our Mina president for everybody now. Everybody.
Yes.
Mina president for SIPP, Mina president for other because like already talk even in broadcasting.
Yeah. We have said it
from
too on this.
1808. She will be a colony of the car Ethiopian. Remember one thing, without that green, white, and blue, there is no SLPP, there is no leader, there's no APC, there's no leader. Without green, white, and blue. Your way we national anthem is that land, the land of our birth, that land where we love. Me don't think about the politicians and they're very good at demagoguery. They're very good for appeal to the calculus of the functional illiterate. We're very good at telling them within 1 year. We're very good at the speeches and the egalitarian speeches with the president is so good. If we can only translate this or transmit this to nationalism, President Bio, why if I take you long for talk to the nation? Why you know for the talk to the nation? Now we see now the president holds press conferences, or we hear from the president, we address the nation, not to pass pardon or state opening of parliament. No, not to only state opening of parliament. Once in a while, you meet how you meet the people then? You go, okay, President, Shaka Civis might not be my friend, but I want to elect Shaka Civis. He introduced what they call meet the people talk. If they do once in a while, you grab, you go to any side of the country, if they do all the places you go the order. You meet the people there. You grab, you meet the people there. You hold town hall meetings there. You let the robustness at which way he lay the case for the party. If not so, he lay for the country. He can the country go before. So, like I said, the emphasis has been in SALONE, the leaders in the party. We don't transmogrify them with leaders and we party them to this mythical, figure them. They don't become demigods. Now, that means most of us they use are very careful about how they use that word in it. Demigods, we party them. As you see now, SLPP has been elevated to the peak of Mount Everest. The importance of SLPP. But then the fundamental, where is the importance of SALONE? How about the cohesiveness of SALONE? How about the oneness and togetherness of SALONE? How about unity, freedom, and justice about SALONE? These are the fundamental questions they ask.
I like that.
It's not only about the SLPP. Yes, we're glad in the celebration there. But also, we not see this robust speech during the 60th anniversary where the president will come out hammering, now 60 years we don't spend so. All this what they don't help. What should they do? From today, will they be a united SALONE? SALONE I come first. SALONE I this. So now that me, the politician, they can always, God can always make after good times for them. They are nothing but people that way, like I said, they're very irrational. They already appeal to we calculate them because they know say we not sabi nothing, we're very emotional, they can get to it. Because that's speaking now, it don't resonate with a lot of people there. Yes. But when you look, it don't resonate with everybody. People say, well, wait a minute, President, then picture now, you need to make this picture to SALONism. But you say cohesiveness, oneness and togetherness, unity, freedom, and justice, land of our birth, SALONE. These are the speeches. Yes, you are not only president for SFP, you are president for the Republic of SALONE. You are president for SALONE. Mr. Sobi Lukama, I tell you, thank you for the opportunity.
I so agree with you, Professor. I feel the passion, and that is the same way when I look at him, say, has he missed the opportunity? He still get time, he can do them. Because that's what, from day one, we they call on him, we'll begin to see violence, we'll begin to see bloodshed, we'll begin to see the election, we'll begin to see police brutality, we'll begin to see all them things, and they say, where is the president? Come out and talk to your people, because leadership is very influential and very important. And when you put your foot down, you talk with firm and conviction and strong conviction, say, zero tolerance of this, we will not have this, we are together just like how you say the elections done, let we come together, let we push Salone go before. Because like he said, he promised change, he promised new direction, but yet to be seen. We're still watching, we're waiting. We're gonna see one good year, but we're gonna see a lot of just like the same. 70 years then celebrate SLPP, and 60 years we have just celebrate in April. Thing, where is the enthusiasm for the nation unity and cohesiveness? And that was a good speech. That's why I chose that, because it resonated with me. Say, if he can use this for talk to with people, to talk to all Sierra Leoneans, for talk to the boy that we didn't get to, for go inside them party there, they hold them when they get outside them, but what they attire basis, they other kind inside them where they, because those are mostly the people that are causing the violence and stuff. And for talk to the other people, go talk to the market woman, them go talk to this, go talk that kind of language, that kind of voice will help for heal we and move we forward. So many people them, I hope say when I get a lovely
Well,
day.
even added to that before you go, what is wrong with working with the mayor of Freetown? The mayor was elected by the citizens of Freetown. She was elected by the citizens of Freetown. The mayor now they host the central government. Then the host. Now this country also, after President Biden, the next person whether of importance in the breaking order of thing, the mayor of Washington DC, is then next to the president, because the mayor now they host the federal government of the United States. So they get a lot of respect for her, and they work with them, and they make sure say they write and waiting is the government for the city government. They don't write rough shot over. These are the things that we all cannot belong to APC. We all cannot belong to SLPP. We all cannot belong to UDP. We all get different ideological that diversion and everything. But in the end of the day, though, now one two they look at, one crystal ball, the crystal ball of green, white, and blue. Now they look at. When they go from different directions, forget to green, white, and blue. There's nothing wrong with working with the mayor. There's nothing working with the mayor. Because when the city look good, that's where me and you they come. Of course, we include the mayor on a free for Taraman. You say no. We are all working with the government and all the thing. You see how they over there municipal schools and everything in there, not the place. But like I said, the politics now it's so deep into the fabric. Everything we look at in the context of solid green or solid red, and this is not helping the country. Very pernicious to the national advancement or cohesiveness of the. Now de-emphasize politics more and now embrace development. Now work as a team. That's the mere concluding message there today.
Wow, I love this message, and I go big and appeal to the technical team. This last segment of with conversation, because I feel the passion in Professor Awanle. Please, can you just give me a sound bite of that? Because we need for share a lot of people here. We need for share into the social media for the one that we're not able for watch. We all na Facebook or YouTube or whatever. Let it go out there in our groups. Let we share. Let people then listen. We have to hear these things. And the president still get the opportunity, still get the chance, because he's a sitting president, for unite the nation, and then the nation for be united. If he's talk like that same way we talk now, SLPP opening and 70 years celebration to the nation, I think we're gonna be a better, the tension go lessen. I think the anger go calm down a little bit, tone down a notch, all this fighting and fussing, and we can work together for push Mama Salongo and before. So till next week again, when they come, we tell God thank you to all those that have won the uniform and have served and have fought for freedom and died. Because there's a saying, some gave some, and then others gave all. They gave all with their life. Freedom is not free. People have died for freedom. People have died for democracy. People have died for human rights. People have, activists all over the world are putting their lives on the line for the change they want to see for humanity and mankind. So, there is you know, there's war all over the place, Israel and Palestine. Nobody able to sit down at the table. Nobody able to call it like it is. And they continue to kill each other. The world is just in turmoil when you look at it. But majority, we have good people. Because if we have leaders that, you know, can get the fortitude for come up and try for bring the thing together. Like we said, we're all not going to be one, but we're all not going to be one, but we can get along. We can respect one another. When I don't hear, we call at them, you know, they don't give their opinion, but respectfully disagreeing to facts, and we have conversation. That's how we should be, you know. Not to all time for the fete and cuss and one cut everybody in throat and pull clothes for fete and all the obscenities and all the stuff. But then again, that's some of the language some of the people know how. We still get for engage them people, and they, why do you talk like that? Don't you think your message will be? But then you have some people that resonate with a lot of young people, and that's how they talk. Just like the president say, you cannot take away that from them. That's how they know how. We have to include them. We have to engage them. For the tension to go down, we get for engage the one that we not they talk like we. For let them understand or let them tone down and not, and let we work together. What are your demands? What are your things? We negotiate. We come together. We sacrifice. We give in little bit of everything for unity, freedom, and justice for all. You know. So till next week, I say I love you all. Thank you for sharing. To the Chelsea fan, keep celebrating when I win. So me not a soccer player anyway. Not a soccer fan anyway. So but I don't have anything else to say till next week. I say thank you all, and share once again to your friends, to your group. Let them come the next time. To our new people that watching and they want the way they continue for watch. We tell una thank you, because without una not the voice of Sierra Leone. We just they see don't no more. They talk we on, but una sefi on very important. Till next week. If you see the sun, they shine for me, not jealous me. Oh yeah, my birthday is coming up next week. Ooh, June 7th. When? Next Monday. Next Monday. Okay, my birthday is next Monday. I'll be 58. Yeah, 58. Yeah. So 58 and fabulous. Hey, don't hate. Go work on yourself. If the sun they shine for me today, and this is not a refugee age, this is not the real age we're born with. So if the sun they shine for me today, please go work on yourself. Tomorrow the cloud go be over me the shine till next week. I love you all. Remember, God is love. Go make a difference. Go shine your light. Go do something good. Go use kind words. And you know, sometimes if you got one too much, just put water on your mouth or swell or something. Take a deep breath, think happy thoughts, and everything will be all right. So till next week, I love you all. God is love. Bye bye. Fadima, I'm out. Thank you.